Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudo's Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. My head is a little funky right now. I made these for my mother-in-law, so when she wears them, she doesn't wear them exactly like they were supposed to be made to wear, which is a bucket hat, so sorry about that. I did get, this is the Crochet Nation, my missed copy, issue number 5. I'm just going to try to go through it real quick. I try to go through these quick, but I was like go way over my time limit. But I do want to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel. I did get some more subscribers recently, and as you've noticed, I've changed my icon. I was trying to get a picture of my two girls, Brownie and Bella, in it, but I couldn't find one that fit, so I used ones of that look like their breed and just put Brownie and Bella over top of it. You guys will see them in the videos from time to time. They just got done eating their dinner. So this is issue 5, and I did get it sent to me. It came in an envelope instead of having my address printed right here. Because of it missing, I don't know what the heck happened, but I'm glad that they were very good with their customer service and sent me out the missing issue when it was confirmed that it wasn't sent to me. I didn't receive it. It was sent, but I didn't receive it. So there's a beach towel crochet pattern in this one, a amigurumi bag, but that's a granny bag. It's a crochet a bold bag where you turn circles into squares. And of course, you know, they always give the recommended show, which this month is the Midsummer Summer. I'm gonna say it's Summer instead of SUMMER, it's SOMR Murders. It's a British show, and if you don't have like a TV channel that gives you like the BritBox, you can watch this on Pluto TV, which is also part of the free version of Paramount. They do have their seasons on there, and I'll show you that here. There's that. I'm not going to show you Pluto. And then they give you the book recommendation, which is The Secret Book of Flora Leo. And then, of course, the product recommendations, the Granny Square blocking board, and the stitch markers. And then they're showing you hand-carved crochet hooks by Miramar Woods. I don't know if anybody's actually featured them on YouTube yet. They look pretty cool though. They look like they're tapered. Doesn't say if they're tapered or inline, but they kind of look like, no, they might actually be inline hooks. Alright, and then on the other page, there's ways of changing colors seamlessly, some tips and tricks on that, which I've seen some people do this tip that they're showing you on here, and maybe I'll try to work on it and show you guys how to do it without, you know, it's an interesting way of doing that. And then on the next page, there's a pattern, which looks really cool. I thought it was going to be something different than what, I'm not going to show you the whole thing. They do give you a chart too, so you don't have to look at the written instructions. You can look at the graph if you like to prefer that. But it's like an optical illusion blanket. But it's not worked in squares. It's actually worked by rows. So it's different. And then I'll show you here. See, here's part of the graph. So they do give you the graph. It's in 2 parts. So you'd have to be careful if you're using the graph versus the written instructions on how to make the blanket. But it is really cool. And then there's the maze game in the corner. And then on the next page is the history of the crochet hook, which there's been, and I know I've said this before, there's always somebody saying that no, it's this history, no, it's this history. So I don't know where they're finding this information, because everywhere you look, it's something different. Some people say it started out like a shepherd who started crocheting with something that looked like a hook. I might read into this to see what kind of information they're giving. I'm sure they've done their research. I don't think they would put something out here that would be, you know. And then on the next page is the beach towel, which I thought they would have used a cotton yarn. And maybe this is, oh yeah, Barraco Pima. That's a cotton yarn. It's Pima cotton, actually. And I'll show you another picture of how it looks there. And then there's another pattern on the bottom of it for crochet scrunchie, but a lot of people know how to make scrunchies already. I do. I'd like to be able to make more of them, but I don't. So, and then on the next page is the bag that was on the front. I'm trying not to show you guys too much of this because I really think for what they charge for this, and you get it once a month, it's really a good price. You get a lot of patterns, a lot of history about crochet, and I'm sure that they would have the same thing if you're a knitter. They do have Knit Nation. They also have a Baker Nation, and I think there's even one more that they do. But here's another picture of the bag, and there's actually instructions on how to put it together. Tells you which block goes where. On the next page is a granny square sweater, which I've always kind of wanted to make, but I haven't had the wherewithal to do so. I'll show you what it looks like here. I mean, there's fringe on the bottom, but you won't be able to see that here. And it tells you what yarn to use. And there is actually a, which one was this that, now see, this one does not give you like what yarn to use. It gives you colors and how much you need, and then of course it gives the sizes up to an extra large. It goes from extra small to extra large, and if you're creating it for somebody larger than that, then you can just add more granny squares to it to fit the person that you're making it for. I think that's one thing that I really like about granny squares, is that they're very customizable. You can either make the squares larger or make more of them. So, and then of course it gives you the diagram on that as well, on how to put them together. And then there's a community spotlight, Dolores T, a lifelong stitcher and history of sleuth. I don't know. I'm not sure if she's on YouTube or not, and if she is, I don't know what she goes by. There's a brief history of the I-cord, which kind of comes and goes. I've actually learned how to do it with just a crochet hook, but I know that there's machines that you can use, the electric one, and you can actually use it to crochet with. And then there's the word ladder thing, stitch and spell. Another, the curious crocheter, the physics of drape, why some projects flop and others flow. The heaviness myth. There's a lot of information in here that I think is really good for crocheters, whether you're an experienced one or you're just beginning to crochet. And then of course we have the amigurumi pattern, which is a cute little monkey. I'll try not to. No. He's kind of cute and pretty simple. If you're just starting out with amigurumi. It tells you in detail on how to do each part and how to attach it. And then there's the word scramble, hooked on words. Meet the maker. Let's see. Learn how to yarn bomb with London K. And I don't know what the heck yarn bombing means. I'm guessing that means going around and decorating things, like if you were to graffiti. Yeah, that's what she does. She goes around and decorates things with crochet. How to yarn bomb it. That's kind of cool. Okay. So there's actually a pattern in here for one of her yarn bombing, which is a love thing that she puts around trees. And she tells you how to attach it to the tree and everything. Crochet heart pattern. And I'm sorry if I'm going a little fast, but I'm trying to, show you guys what they offer with this. If you've never seen this before, I know some people showed it when they first got it and they stopped showing it, but I still like to keep showing it so you can see how it changes every month. This one, of course, is the crochet heart, and I'll show you the picture. I'm going to try to cover up as much as I can. There's the crochet heart, and then underneath of that is the stitch of the month, which is the lacy ripple stitch, which I don't know if I've seen anybody do this stitch. I could be wrong. There could be somebody out there that's done it. But me, unless it's going to be like for a shawl, I don't, or, yeah, a shawl. I wouldn't want anything too open for a blanket, because me, I have to have the feeling of an actual blanket on me, not a shawl. And it gives you the stitch count and all that, so you can use whatever. It says it tells you what the best yarn is to use with this stitch, which is nice too. So it says this one's good with lightweight fibers like cotton, linen, or bamboo are perfect for keeping this stitch soft, airy, and breathable. So anything heavier than that might make it feel not as, I guess, I would say drapey or open, with the flexibility. So that's nice that they do that. And then on the other page is the, the horoscope. And let's see, where am I? There I am, the skill builder. Calm and consistent, unshakable. Welcome, you're ready to level up your crochet game. Whether it's cables, color work, or Tunisian, you've got tutorials waiting for you. Because I'm a Capricorn. Now, if my husband started crocheting, his would be sunshine, strong, depends on the drama, desired. You're drawn to projects that feel personal and unforgettable, pieces that invite smiles, turn heads at the farmer's market, and make strangers say, "Did you make that?" Yes, you did. All right, and then we've got Dear Grandma Angie questions, the Hooked Misadventures in Crochet comic. And then more about yarn substitution. And then we've got the installment for the Dockside Discovery, which has been going on since issue 1, which I really need to get issue 1. I have not gotten that one yet. I'm still working on that. And then there's a word search on that page as well. And then another pattern, which is the heart wall hanging pattern, which I did see in a picture for the story. That I wondered if maybe that might be the inspiration for it, is because of that, because of the story. So I'll show you a picture of that in my I really need to stop burning myself. Okay. There we go. The heart wall hanging. And it was also in a picture from the story, so it's nice that they're incorporating the story, and the pattern after that might be going with that. And then, what's your crochet love language? What's the best part of finishing a project? And they've got different answers for you to choose from. And then if you're mostly one letter or another, it tells you what, that is. And then of course the story, Hooked on Sunshine, you fill in the blanks. And then on the back of it is a crossword puzzle, which I'm never good at. So that's what you get. And sometimes, I know in the first couple they did give a lot of QR codes to scan to download other free patterns, but I have not seen that in the last couple, and I haven't seen like any other YouTubers feature. I'm guessing that lady that the Spotlight lady, maybe she's the one that they did for this one. Yeah, Spotlight. But I don't know what if she just, they just reached out to her because, yeah. But that's it for this one. And like I said, they are very good customer service. If you're missing one, they tell you, how long it can take to get to you. Wait that time. If you still haven't received it, let them know. And then, of course, I got the issue 6 like a few days after it was processed. It was, printed. So I'm like, there's something going on here. Somebody got my magazine, my newspaper, but that's okay. If they enjoy it and they know, if they like crochet, that's one thing. But if they don't know anything about crochet, why not just give it to, my address is right there. But that's, for another time. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, this is Crochet Nation. I will put their link in the description box below. So if you're interested in checking them out, again, they do have Knit Nation, they have Baker Nation, which is actually listed, on the back here. And they give you bakers, baking recipes in it. So I don't know how well that's going to come through. The sun from outside is coming through. And if you hear any buzzing during this video, I do apologize. It is horrendous with flies where I live, and I don't know why, but it's like every time towards the end of middle of July, it's like they're everywhere. We can't get away from them. We're doing what we can to get rid of them. They're driving us nuts. So if you hear that buzzing in the background, that's what it is. They're stuck on something that keep them from getting on our nerves even more. But yeah, check them out. Again, they do have Knit Nation, they've got Crochet Nation, and Baker Nation. I will put their link below. They also do other books that you can get for like amigurumi. They're like story books, and you create the characters from the story. But I will put the one for Crochet Nation, but if you go to their main page, you can check out their other newspapers that they offer and their other products they offer as well. Alright, well, if you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed already and like this content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell. And there goes Brownie getting in her chair. And we're still working on her legs, so if you see her carrying one of her legs, that's the one she tore the ACL in her back left leg. So, alright, until next time, I hope you all stay safe. Stay cool, hydrated. It's getting close to August. It's the hottest month. No matter where you're at, it's the hottest month. Have a good one. Bye-bye.